Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Crusty Couch. I'm your host, Paul, and my co-host, Noe.
Oh,
Say hi, Noe.
am I the co-host now? Have I been?
You've been demoted.
I've been demoted to that.
Yeah, you're the camera guy.
I'm the
Notice we
camera
have
guy.
no camera guy, too.
This is just your subtle way of telling me I'm fired.
You've been fired.
Oh,
You've been replaced.
is that wait by who?
Craig.
He says one thing that nobody in the audience can hear.
Yeah, the recording bot just Craig
Now
says
recording.
Yeah. He's doing his job. What are you doing? Huh?
I guess nothing. I guess I'm just fucking bumming around.
Yeah, get out of here.
All right, well, have fun with Craig.
Thank you. Anyways, Craig, so how's it going? Great. Okay. See, off to a good start.
It's already better than anything I've done.
All right, Noah. So I'm sitting here shirtless and I'm going, why aren't you shirtless?
How do you know I'm not shirtless?
I can feel your aura.
You feel like,
Yeah, you're like an amber, right?
Yeah, some people have described me more as like a cheese, but yeah, sure.
Sure. Cum cheese.
Oh God. You know, like those images like really traumatized me when I was younger, like looking that stuff up.
Smegma?
Like, smegma, yeah, all that stuff. Like someone told me to look it up once there because I was like, what is that? And they're like, no, just look it up on Google, dude. Turn safe search off. Oh my God.
Those kind of pictures is what built me up. It's what made me me.
Did you ever like try to trick people in your schools? Like, oh, look up, like, did you see the new Eggo thing, the blue waffle?
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell anybody, but they told me. They told me about them.
Like, I'm trying to think of like the old school, like internet legends, like the videos that people would recommend, like 2 Girls, 1 Cup is one of them.
I remember that one. I remember 2 Kids in a Sandbox.
I remember that one. I remember Pain Olympics.
Pain Olympics. I also remember the Grand Canyon. I don't know if you know that one.
No, I don't think so.
You don't know the Grand Canyon?
I don't, and I don't want to look it up.
It's a classic. Can I describe it though?
Sure.
Okay, so the Grand Canyon is a picture of a woman with a really enlarged vagina, and a guy puts his head in it.
Oh, that's not that bad, actually. That doesn't...
No, it's not that bad. There's much worse things. They're like, have you ever?
Go ahead. Huh? He's just like, I'm going back.
Yeah, I'm going back home. Wait, have you ever seen that one movie with Ryan Gosling? Wait, you've seen it. The one where he's like, I don't know if he's in love with his mom, but he wants to go back to the womb.
Only God Forgives. Yeah.
Yeah, Only God Forgives. Yeah, Drive 2.
Drive 2. Pretty different movie, but sure.
I want to go back home, man.
Huh? I drive.
I drive. I want to drive inside that pussy.
Yeah, like, you know, in Drive, he says, I drive. And then in Only God Forgives, his brother goes to a brothel and says, I want to fuck a 15-year-old. So pretty similar movies, I would say.
Pretty similar. Hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. They're both good movies.
Yeah, they're both pretty solid. I like Nicholas Winding Refn. He's a fucking weirdo though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Gosling, but he just only knows how to play one part, really.
How dare you? How dare you?
What else does he play?
Have you seen the movie Lars and the Real Girl? No,
I'm not lame.
That movie will change your perspective on how he acts.
Lars and the Real Girl?
Yeah. It's good, dude.
Is Ryan Gosling the real girl?
No, I wish. It's a story. It's basically just like a Discord moderator. He orders he orders a doll and he marries it. And like,
oh, you know what? I think I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good, honestly.
Really?
It's pretty endearing and sweet. Yeah.
Endearing and sweet that he's fucking like a robot.
Yeah, and you see it. You see all of it. He really goes ham on that doll.
Oh yeah. Action.
Yeah. It's some of the hottest sex scenes ever, baby.
I hope not, but yeah, I've seen this. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a movie recommendation for all of you listening. It's pretty good.
Kind of reminds me of me, you know. It's like looking in the mirror.
Wait, if you when you see Ryan Gosling, you think of yourself.
Yeah, put on my drive jacket.
Do you
I'm
think?
just like Ryan Gosling.
Be honest with yourself. Do you think that you would look good in that jacket?
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I know that you're not delusional.
No, the reason why Ryan Gosling looks good in that drive jacket, it's okay for those that don't know, it's a bright silver jacket with like cross stitching.
It has a
and
yellow
it has
scorpion on it.
Yeah, yellow scorpion on the back. And normally that thing would look hideous if you just buy it at like a thrift store, which it does. Like look up any Ryan Gosling drive cosplay and everyone looks like shit.
Yeah.
But the reason why he looks good in it is because they fit it for him specifically.
Yeah, fit it perfectly for him.
Yeah, they fit it perfectly, so it looks good. But the people that do the cosplays, they just go, "I'm just gonna buy the jacket," and then it looks like shit because it's like oversized and looks like crap.
It's like the same thing with the jacket in Blade Runner that he
Yeah,
wears.
the Blade Runner jacket is the same thing. They look like
Yeah.
shit. It's like you got to get it fitted if you want to look good in it.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, and that goes without saying on like everything else. Like if you're gonna get a tux or whatever, get it fitted. Otherwise, you look like a fucking kid at a prom.
It's true. It's very apparent like how quickly you can go from looking suave to looking like a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
especially with that jacket.
Yeah, it looks horrendously bad.
Yeah,
I used to have pretty bad taste in fashion, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a lot better. Well, I'm better now at the very least. But there was I used to get I used to get pants that were they're called straight fitted, and they just go straight down the leg, and they're like wrap around. But you slowly learn the tips and tricks of the fashion world where you should get it tapered. That way your like upper legs look good and your lower legs look good.
Okay,
Otherwise you look like a stick, you know?
Okay.
So tips out there for y'all incels on the couch. Okay?
Let's give people some new dressing tips. Buy the coolest gamer shirt that you can find.
Oh, yeah.
Any shirt that says like "Don't talk to me, babe. I'm gaming. Make me a sandwich instead, bitch." Like buy that shirt.
Dude, I want to get one of those shirts that says "You look like just enough XP." You know those?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to level up, and you look like just enough XP.
I love those shirts so much. Like they're so funny to me. I don't stream on Twitch, but I would love to. Like every time I streamed, I wear a different like gamer shirt.
I just bought a couple of shirts. I have one that says "Mommy's Little Gamer" on it.
Oh, is it the Peepo one?
Yeah, it's people holding up like a GameCube controller. Yeah, I have that shirt. And
I fucking love that shirt.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. I wear that one. And then I have another one that it's just in text. It's a bright yellow shirt, and it just says "Cock and Ball Torture Champion."
That's really good. I saw one that was Hero Brian from Minecraft. He was in like the T pose, and the text just said at the bottom, "I will eliminate the middle class." I want that one.
I also have another one that's just a big orangutan, like a fat orangutan.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's just a fat orangutan. It's a pink shirt, and on the bottom of it just says "Oh, stinky." I love that shirt.
That's really funny.
I would never wear these outside though. I've worn the Mommy's Little Gamer one outside walking my dog, but that's like without me realizing I was wearing it. I was just like, oh. But you know, I would never wear the Cock and Ball Torture Champion shirt or anything like that anywhere.
So fucking funny. You should, dude.
I mean, I could. Maybe I'll take it next time I go out or something with my friends.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm trying to think. Like, I used to buy like pretty cringe shit when I was younger. Like
when you were younger.
Yeah, well now I don't have any money, so I can't buy anything. So like if I had money, then I'd continue to be cringe, but I can't right now. But when I was younger, like I don't think I've ever really gone into detail on this podcast how cringe I was, but I'll continue being vague.
Uh-huh.
I once bought a shirt from Hot Topic that said it was Skyrim themed, and it was during that meme, the getting hit in the knee or whatever, an arrow in the knee.
Oh my
It was
god.
during
Okay.
that meme, and it was the Dragonborn wearing crutches, and it said "Still an Adventure." And I thought that was the funniest shit on the planet, and I bought that shirt.
Okay. How old are you?
I was probably like 13.
Yeah, you should have been bullied.
Dude, come on, I was. Come on. Let's not. Let's not.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
You should have been bullied. Imagine saying that to a kid. Yeah, you should be bullied.
No. I'm kidding.
Oh,
The most recent unironic cringe purchase I made was about a Hot Topic t-shirt of Cuphead. And I remember I bought it because I was like, oh, it's a game. It's like a game shirt. It's whatever. It's fine.
yeah.
And then I went over to my friend's house when I was working at Disneyland. So a couple years ago. And I took that shirt on. I took that shirt with like shorts. We were just fucking hanging out. I'm not like, we're not going out or anything.
Yeah,
so
you're not
like,
dressing up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was hanging out with a bunch of girls at the time, and my other bud, and we were talking about just outfits or something. And then my buddy is like, yeah, well, you kind of look really, really lame with with that gamer shirt and those shorts and that outfit. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
You're like, all right.
Yeah, it was like the first time that I fucking took that shirt out too. I was like, oh, okay, cool, man, thanks. And I never wore it again.
That happened to me too when I used to have an Assassin's Creed shirt, and I wore it to high school, and I was like in the gym, like locker room, getting ready to change, and someone was like, "What are you, gay? You like Assassin's Creed?" I was like, "No."
He just took it off.
And then from there, I never. Well, actually, some girl that liked me wanted to fit in, and so she's like, "I love Assassin's Creed. Can I borrow your shirt?" And I said, "Sure." And then she never gave it back.
Damn, dude, she's wearing it to this day.
I think that she was just stealing shirts from thirsty men.
Yeah, she was just really hankering for those gamer t-shirts.
Yeah, she wanted the pit sweat.
Oh yeah.
Do you consider yourself a sweaty person?
I sweat a lot more than I used to. Before I never sweat. When I was in like high school, I would just not sweat. Even if I ran or anything like that, I would barely break a sweat. And now I'm like drenched every time I work out and stuff.
Okay.
And my pits smell. They didn't used to smell either. Like, but now it's like after a couple hours of deodorant on, like started to smell like onion. And I'm like, oh man.
All right. So let me rephrase the question.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, will you sell me your socks?
Yeah, if you want the crusty ones, I got them on deck. Slide them to you like drugs.
I remember, like, I got the shit. I remember when I worked at Disney, I was in the back, like just on my break, and some girl came out, like she was very, very upset. And I was like, "What's up?" And she said, "Dude, like the day that I thought would never come actually came. Someone came up to me and they wanted to buy my shoes." They're
what?
like, yeah, they're like, "Hey, after, huh?"
At Disneyland?
Yeah,
like
at
Disneyland.
someone came up to her and said, "Hey, can I buy your shoes? Like, I want to smell, like, like very clearly, like." And she's just like, I can't believe it. Like, this is the creepiest thing ever. And I'm like, ugh.
Huh.
Yeah,
I would probably say yes.
Well, that's a tough question. If someone asked me if they wanted to buy my socks,
I mean, probably not during work because I'd be like, I need them for work, but maybe come back when I'm leaving. Sure,
Come
take
back at
them.
1:30 a.m. and I'll sell them to you.
Yeah, I'm like when as soon as I'm leaving, yeah, you could take them because I wouldn't care. I'll take my stinky ass shoes. I don't give a fuck. It's the same thing like when people go, you gotta cover up the webcam because you never know who's watching. I'm like, I really don't care who's watching me. Like all they're gonna see is either like me looking all gross, staring at the screen
with your mouth open,
yeah, staring at the screen, or they're gonna see me just wanking off. Like, do you really want that? No, I don't think so.
No, see how they do it is they record you wanking and then they send you the video and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna send this to your mom. Give me $1,000."
Look, and then mom's gonna be like, baby, there ain't nothing I haven't seen already, you know? What happened to that argument? Moms always say the same shit. Moms always say the same shit. There ain't nothing I've never seen before. I don't care. Remember?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Like them seeing your wiener when you were a little baby when they were changing your diaper is totally the same as you wanking it to like hentai.
Totally your mom's never seen you do
that? No, she has not. My poor sweet innocent mother has not.
It's a pretty good bonding experience. I recommend it.
Have you ever been caught? Have you ever been caught like jerking it?
No, but I have been caught almost caught.
Some close calls.
Yeah, there's been a couple close calls, but not quite.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever, because I'm always safe. I'm not risky with it. Like I'll do it really, really late at night, like 1 a.m, or I'll just do it in the bathroom. Like I just,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's been times where like I do it a lot in one day or whatever, and my mom's like, one day, and my mom's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. Why? What's up?" She goes, "Oh, you used the bathroom like 3 times today," and I'm like, well, yeah, my tummy hurts." I ate some bad Chinese food or something. Yesterday I had Chinese food, and I actually had to use that excuse yesterday.
Oh dear! But you were really just jerking off.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's your record? Like, what's the most time you've ever done it in a day?
Oh, most times in one day. I want to say like 5.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. I think I'm at like, I think I'm also at, I was like 4 or 5 because when I was a kid, this gonna sound so fucked up.
Okay.
The first time I was ever left alone was my mom went to my uncle's funeral. I was probably like 13 and there wasn't enough room for me in any of the cars, so they just left me at home.
All right.
And I was like, yes, I have the whole house to myself. So I just
he's jerked off everywhere.
And then like this is when I learned about myself that I don't have a very good recovery period at all. It's really, really bad, actually.
Okay.
So on the 3rd, it was just pain. Like it was just painful. But I was just like, I want to see how far I can do it. How many times?
Yeah, that's exactly kind of like the reason why I did. I was like, I want to see how many times I can do it in one day. And yeah, I was like, 5 times is fine. But that's fucking funny in the context of everyone going to your uncle's funeral. You're just like, we're gonna go see your uncle who passed away, and you're just like, fuck yeah, I gotta jerk off.
I'm a little coomer, yeah. I ordered, my mom gave me $20 and I ordered the $20 dinner box at Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
And I just ate that whole fucking thing and I just jerked it.
Jesus. You really were a WoW player that day, huh?
It was one of my lower moments for sure.
Oh man. Did you at least squirt one out for your uncle? You're like, this one's for you, uncle.
Of course. I was like, Roberto.
He's smiling down above, looking at you. Thank you. No, thank you.
Oh my god. Yeah. It was definitely the most degenerate I've ever felt in my life.
It's great.
Um
I've almost caught my brother a couple times, I think, but I
okay.
can't guarantee those.
Well,
But
I
I'm
mean
pretty
he
sure because I'm like, there's been times where I'm like, what's he doing in there? Right?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, he's definitely wanking off. There's no way.
I mean, yeah, you can just hear like the scraping, right? Like
Yeah, the scraping.
this giant metal cock, like
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Pyramid Head scraping his sword. All
oh, he's
right.
done.
Well, okay, fine. How about so you've already told me your best times, but what about your worst times? What was the most desperate attempt that you've had to masturbate? Hmm?
Like I'm somewhere and I'm like, I need to jerk off. Like
Yeah, you're like, I really gotta, and you just do it.
it was okay. Um it was at one of my old jobs.
Mhm.
This job was mostly self-managed, so I was working by myself most of the time. I mean,
Okay.
pretty much all the time. And it was just like it was the graveyard shift, and it was just like 3 in the morning, and no one was in the store. I was getting ready to close up, and I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like, I need to, you know, like I
Okay.
don't know what it was, like just like, oh man." And so I ran to the bathroom, but I kept hearing like the bell, like someone was coming in. So I would stop, go outside, and like help them out, and then go back. Like these
You're helping
employees.
them with like a half chub. You're fucking raging boner. Hi, how can I help you?
I'm just walking into the fucking desk, like, boom.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and then like after doing that like 3 times, I just ignored the bell. 'Cause I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna get this out of the way, and then like once I finish, I was like, all right, now I'm good for the rest of the night. that's
Fucking based.
that's
Okay.
probably the most desperate. I don't think that's that bad, but
That's
what
pretty
about you?
funny though. You
What
just
about you?
ignored the bell.
I just
Fuck them.
started ignoring people coming in. I
Dude.
didn't like that job very much.
Okay, fair enough. So I've done it at a pizza job once.
Okay.
It was like as soon as I come in, I was like one of the first to come in. Probably like I want to say like 6 a.m. or something like that because I had to prep all the food and shit.
Yeah.
And I took a fat dookie in the morning because it's the morning time. Like, what are they gonna
Yeah.
do,
You
right?
want to
So
drop
I
2
took
loads, yeah.
I dropped 2 loads. And I got another story on that one too, but so and there was just one day where I was like, oh, you know what? I've been working here too damn long. Fuck this place. And then I just whipped it out in the morning and just did that shit. And I'm like, all right, now it's time to get to work. Obviously, I washed my hands, so I'm not fucking disgusting. But
Someone asks you for a side of ranch, you just go to the bathroom real quick.
amen, brother. Amen. And then there was another time where it was at my previous job, and I was like, oh, I mean, I worked in an office, and uh and I took pretty regular breaks because office jobs, and you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I like walked around, and then I'm like, I need to poop, and I went, and the same thing. I was like, but this one was more like, huh, I'm in the office space while it's busy. I've never done this before, and I'm gonna do it. so
Yeah.
I just did it because I was like, oh, there's just drilling. Wow, and that's it. I was
How
like,
exciting.
yeah, how exciting, crazy.
Yeah.
But I never did it again after that. I was just like, okay, that was a one-time thing. That was cool. And yeah, so those are my times. I've never really been super desperate to do anything. Like I never did it in like a public bathroom or anything like that. I wouldn't do
Oh,
that.
no,
That's
yeah, no, I'm
disgusting.
not that much of a coomer.
No,
No.
like I'm trying to think if I've ever done it in like a movie theater or anything, but no, I don't think so. I know people definitely would have.
Oh, God.
But that other story I was gonna mention, there was one morning where I was taking a poopy
Mhm.
and at my other job, my older job, and I didn't realize the manager had come in early that day too.
Okay.
So, and like I said, I usually like to poop before I get to work.
Yeah.
So I had already clocked in and everything. and people expect me to be prepping the food already, but I've already kind of gained a like routine where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna poop, then I'm gonna prep because I have enough time, or I'm good enough at the job where I'm like, I have enough time.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So I did that. But this one day I come in and I do that. I go poop and I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm shitting and I hear the door open and I'm like, huh? But I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh. And I see my I look through the crack to see who's coming in, and I see my boss walking past me.
Oh God.
And he goes into the other stall. Okay. He
Mhm.
closes the door, he sits down, unzips the pants and all that, and I just hear his asshole erupt like a volcano.
Oh God.
He just shits so loudly. And I'm just like, oh, like I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't because I was like, holy shit, that's my boss. And I didn't know he was here,
Yeah,
and he doesn't know I'm in there. So I was just like I sat there. I did not move a fucking muscle.
in horror.
Yeah, I sat there in horror, like a horror movie that takes place in the toilet, in this toilet stall, and I was just sitting there waiting for him to finish shitting. I hear nothing but him shitting, and he finally gets up and leaves, and then I leave because I don't want him to know I was shitting. Right?
Yeah.
And I make my way to the front counter, and I'm pretty positive he probably looked for me, or he was looking around for me or something.
Yeah.
But I make my way to the counter, and he didn't know where it was, and I went over there, and then I'm like working and stuff, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, where were you?" and all this, and I'm like, "Oh, I went to the bathroom," and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he kind of complains. He kind of complains at me, tells me, there's two different bathrooms, so I don't know if he knows I was in the bathroom with him or if he thinks I was in the other one. But
God.
Yeah, but he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he complains to me saying that I shouldn't be using the bathroom when I start work, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, old man. But
Whatever. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, whatever, old man, fuck you. Yeah. I didn't tell him that, but I was just like, fuck you. I hated that job.
That's so annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'll just shit on the floor then while I'm working.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it's fucking 6 a.m. Like, what, you expect me to shit at home and then come over here and make it? Like, no, I gotta get here first and then shit.
Bro, you are paying me to take a shit, and there's no discussion on this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I forgot what the I think it's they make $1, I make a dime, so I shit on company time.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck you. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know, that shit's so scummy to me. If someone wanted to take a shit in my business, I was like, okay, like, go ahead, take a shit. I don't care. That's fine, as long as you get your work done. But
yeah, exactly.
But like this guy, like, you really gonna complain about me shitting? Like I said, I got there. I had to get there at like 6 or 5 a.m. So it's like, you really expect me to wake up even earlier so I can take a shit at home and then work for you? Like, no.
Like, nah, fuck that.
Fuck
You're
off.
paying me.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck off. Fuck you. Especially since he just did the same fucking thing. He took a shit in the morning.
It sounded like he did more than take a shit. It sounded like he was fighting for his life in there.
Oh yeah, I have. Why do they call it a restroom, Noah, when I'm fighting for my life?
I fucking love that picture. It's just someone on the toilet like crying.
Yeah, that's great.
Why do they call it a rescue? I'm fighting for my life in here.
That's great. Yeah,
I did that. I did that all the time too. Like these jobs where I'm just like, dude, fuck you, man. Like, I'm using the restroom as many times as I want. Like, I don't care what you say,
dude. I hated that job though, because that dude was a prick. Like, he would always be like, "You gotta be professional in this and that," and I'm like, bro, what's professional about working in a fucking shitty fast food shop at like an arcade? What?
Dude, you're dressed like a peasant.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is so professional about this? because he got us like hats or whatever to wear, and everyone was just like, why do we need to wear fucking hats? He's like, we gotta look professional, and then he made us tuck in our shirts, and I'm like, why? And then again, you gotta look professional and all this crap, and I'm like, man, I bet you $100 that people in actual professional spaces don't give a fuck about any of this.
Yeah,
and guess what? They don't.
They don't.
They don't. I finally got into the office space, and everything that I thought was true. Nobody cares. Literally
Really
don't care.
They really don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Especially nowadays, everything's modernized. So like nowadays, you can be in the office and be full of tattoos, and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, hair dye, piercings.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. That's how it was in my previous job. You can dye your hair, you can have tattoos, you can do all that. Like nobody really gives a shit. So that's why I was really upset. And like, I think it's still dumb when fast food chains are like, you gotta be professional. I was like, what? What kind of? Oh, so stupid.
I mean, it's just like people like, I think in my opinion, it's just people who like get a smidgen of power over young and impressionable people who aren't making that much.
Yeah.
And that power gets to their head.
Yeah.
Like, really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like,
and then like FYI to that other boss, like I said, in the office space, you could do whatever you want. So I used to take a shit maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Fuck you.
Damn.
Fuck that guy.
Damn. Fuck you, wherever you are.
Probably, hey,
probably
man.
still there, you bitch.
Oh, he is. I actually went on the previous day. He was still there.
Jesus.
Yikes. Yeah, fuck him.
Don't ever for life advice for all you out there, don't ever stagnate in a shitty job.
Nope.
Don't ever settle for that. You're much better than that. Learn a trade. It's easier than you think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a kind of like a guy that kind of happened to that I used to work with. It was another spot that I used to work with at an office depot.
Yeah.
And there was a dude there who was like 40 something. He's been working there for like 20 years since he was like a kid.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, and doing the same fucking job. And so it just so happens in my year is the year that he got fired. But besides the point, besides that point, I was like, dude, you ever think of like getting a new job? And he goes, nah, I'm too old for that. And I'm like, what? Why? And I'm like, and I told him, like, you ever think of going to school? And he goes, no, I'm already kind of dead set here. This is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
God damn, it's so sad.
I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, this is not good for you. You can go get a trade.
Maybe getting fired was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's doing well, but like, god damn, like that place was not helping that guy. He definitely did not like his job.
That guy's
doing it.
That guy's name was Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Look at him now. No, I definitely had that, especially at Disneyland. Just people that had been working there for like 30, 40 years. Like, it was just, they're just still there at that restaurant. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, nothing else appealed to you? Or like, what was it about this that made you want to stay?
Yeah. I mean, I get it if you want to stay 10 years for the Disneyland card thing. Because I think at 10 years they give you like a pass that you can take your whole family anytime you want or whatever.
Yeah, it's like an unlimited thing. They might have changed it, but it's like an unlimited thing.
Yeah, you get an unlimited pass. I know at like 5 years you get an unlimited pass just for yourself or something.
Well, you already have one. You get it's your ID, but like you get a statue. You get like a statue. You start getting like statues and discounts and shit like that.
Yeah. But yes. So I get it if you're gonna do like 10 years. I mean, sure, like still 10 years, but like I guess, you know. Yeah. But then yeah, I wouldn't stay there longer than. Well, I actually know some people that stayed there for about 30 years, like you said. But the reason why they stayed there is because in the past they used to give raises like up the wahoo, right?
I remember. Yeah. I was just about to say that. So, like, for the case of Disneyland, a lot of the people there, the lifers as we call them, they are making probably like $30 an hour, $30 to $33 an hour, because Disney used to give you really good raises, and there didn't used to be a cap on it, and they're grandfathered into it, so they don't have a cap on their hourly. Every
Yeah.
year it goes up. I think the cap is $25 an hour, and that's probably after 25 years of working.
Yep.
But it's just like, again, to get to that point, 25 years to make $30, it's like, it doesn't seem worth it, you know?
No, it's not. But yeah, if those people are already making $30 an hour, I could see them just staying there, because I
Yeah.
probably would.
Yep.
If I didn't have any skills anywhere else, yeah, I'd probably do the same.
And,
But anyone else, I would just say learn a trade. You can make a lot more money.
Dude.
If you hate school that much, learn a trade.
Yeah. It's surprisingly like really easy. Like something I've learned transitioning into the office space, like work.
Yep.
Is a lot of people, they don't know how to use fucking computers. Like they're just ridiculously dumb with computers,
Yeah.
but they somehow still land these positions.
Yes.
So like if someone like them can land a job like that, why can't you, listener? You know, like if you're stuck at like a shitty, like being a shitty fry cook job, just look for call center stuff, like something where you're in an office.
Yep.
And they just sit around and eat. That's all they do.
Dude, call centers, if I knew about call centers, I'd probably do that when I was younger.
Yeah.
I would have probably done that.
I worked at a call center for like 8 months. It was great.
Yeah, you make pretty. I mean, if you get sales and stuff, you make good money.
Yeah, well, at this particular place I worked at, it wasn't super great because I was just customer service, not a salesperson.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you had an opportunity to make some pretty crazy money.
Yeah, it's still something. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, like, rather than working in a shitty fast food place or something, you can work in the office already as a young person.
Yeah, seriously, because you probably have a better understanding of computers than like 30% of the people that work there, including like the fucking managers and CEO and stuff.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
I definitely would, especially for anyone that is trying to get into the IT world. I would say if you're doing that and you need a job during college, get an entry position level job.
Yeah.
So like IT help desk or whatever, do that. And most of those positions don't require you to even have a degree. You can find plenty of positions that don't require a degree. They just want a high school diploma, and then they just require you to know how to do certain things, and then like that's it. I'm an IT help desk right now, but I do more than just regular support. I do like other shit, so I'm getting paid more than like an entry level would, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But you know, it's from my knowledge to you, viewer. If I knew this back in the day, I would have fucking done that. Oh well.
Yeah. I came to that realization when I worked at a BJ's restaurant. I worked there for one day as a dishwasher, or one night. They had me start on Saturday night, so I got like dinner rush. And I was getting screamed at, like I was covered in fucking dishwater and like grease. And I was sweating my balls off. I was like, dude, I'm smarter than this. Like I'm better than this. Like I shouldn't have a job like this. You know what I mean? I had like that mental break where I'm like, I know a lot of shit about computers. I'm good with customer service. Like I don't need to do this shit. So I never went back. And I just applied to a ton of places, and I did finally get like a pretty good office job that I lost, unfortunately, because of COVID. But still, like, I was just like, yeah, like there's jobs out there, you know, there's things out there for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So put down that dish towel and get a job.
Get a job, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No offense to anyone, but I'm just saying, right? You can do it.
I mean, yeah, like I'm saying this like if you hate your job.
Yeah, if you like doing what you do, then go for it. But if you absolutely hate it and you feel like you can't get anything better, you absolutely could.
Yeah.
You don't even have to, for a trade. there are trades that are just 6 months, or there are trades that go from 6 to like 2 years,
Yeah.
right? So depending on what you want to do, you can do it. I would if I didn't do what I had, if I wasn't in my career already, I would have probably considered doing a trade, some sort of trade. I hear plumbing is fucking great. You make a lot of money plumbing. Though you do have to deal with the occasional poopy, but I don't mind with that.
I wouldn't say it's occasional.
Okay, well, you got to deal with poop, but I wouldn't mind that too much. It's whatever. I don't mind getting some poop under my nails.
Just go. Just go to San Francisco and apply for the San Francisco Poop Patrol.
Dude, if I was in San Fran, I fucking would. Are you kidding me? You know what you do? You just fucking like sandblast or power wash the poop on the ground. That's it. Just and that's the job.
You know, they make 6 figures a year and they're still below the poverty line.
Yeah, but that's what I would do.
What's your ideal state to live in?
I've been starting to lean towards like living somewhere rural. Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe outside of a city. Like if California's laws were better and all that, I would definitely live in like San Diego and like the rural parts of San Diego.
Yeah.
But the way it is now, like with like car restrictions in terms of like you need to have certain pieces or you can't pass smog. I just dealt with that not too long ago when I was trying to buy a car.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, like I was trying to buy like a kind of like a riced up car. And the guy was like, well, this car definitely wouldn't pass smog. And I'm like, fuck. And then he was like, well, but I do know a guy that can just pass you or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I know a guy that could just pass me back where I live too. But I'm like, having to deal with that though. And then
it's like you just don't want to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then California dealing down or cracking down on tuning cars and all that stuff. And then also like gun restrictions and state income taxes and property taxes and all this stuff. Like California is crazy with the taxes. So I'm just like, it's a nice place here, but I think I'd rather visit California than live in California at this point in my life.
That's fair.
So I mean, obviously, if people already own property in California from like years ago when the market was cheap, then I would probably just stay. But I don't know. I don't own that. So
that's true.
Yeah. So for me, I would say I want to go somewhere more rural. I was thinking like maybe outside of Kansas City or something.
Okay. Dude, just go straight up. Just go live in the bayou. Like in the bayou.
I don't want to live in the fucking bayou.
Georgia.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
We're gonna have to row to your house.
I'm not saying I want to be like fucking butt necks over there, you know, but like I just want a nice, peaceful, rural farmhouse type of deal. You know, close enough to the city where I can go to work in the city, but I don't want to be in the city, you know.
Yeah. Watch out for the gator.
Watch out for the pet gator. I'm gonna have a moat around my house.
Dude, Paul, it's great to see you. Get off my property.
You better watch your step down, boy. The gator gonna eat you.
The what?
The gator. Now here, take this log and put it down on the gap there and walk across. Yeah, take this meat. If the gator come at you, just swing that meat.
Paul, you've only lived here for like 2 weeks.
It's called adaptation, no way. Adaptation. You don't adapt, you die.
You either get the bayou or the bayou gets you.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
But yeah, I would love to have a nice rural home because they're cheap as fuck and you can get a lot of space.
Yeah, that's true. They're very spacious.
Yeah, and I would like to have like a little farm. I'm not saying like I want a fucking bunch of shit, but having like having like a chicken coop, some like vegetables and all that, so I can be a little bit self-sufficient would be nice. And then having to go into the city to get groceries every week or so, like I'm cool with that.
That is something I've always dreamed of, like just being like self-sufficient in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like being able to like grow my own vegetables and stuff like that. It's always been like a dream of mine. Very
I know
simple.
you can do it. Well, see, this is another thing about like California. I'm actually not sure what the California laws are about like growing produce in front of your house.
Yeah.
Because I know in certain parts you can't do that. But I'm pretty sure you could just have a garden in the back if you have space for the back.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure.
But I know some places they don't really have like a backyard, so they, you would have to resort down to making garden in the front, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if California can do that. I'm unsure. I know you can do that in Utah, but I don't know about here. So,
well,
so that's something you would have to look up. But yeah, I would love to be like self-sufficient. Only drawback is that I would have to have good internet to do my job. But I mean, that could always change depending on where I live. Like I said, Kansas was just an example, but I would like to go somewhere rural-ish. I wish San Diego was cool. Maybe it's Arizona. I don't know.
I mean, if you don't melt in Arizona, I'm sure it's great.
Yeah. But I would hope I have good internet. If I don't, depending on where I live, the cost of living would be pretty significantly less than in California. So I wouldn't mind doing a minimum wage job again, because I would probably be able to live off that in a different state as opposed to California.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple factors there.
I've I've tuned you out ever since you said Kansas, because I imagined a German dude with a very thick accent trying to trick his friend. He's like, Kansas dick fit in your mouth.
You thought I was just gonna bring the joke up?
No, I was like, what if a German guy did this? That'd be pretty funny.
You just spaced off on that one joke. Thanks.
No, I'm just kidding, Paul. I heard what you said. Yeah. I wouldn't want to live in Kansas. I think like I would move to like Oregon. That's like my dream place to live.
Oregon's not bad. That's definitely on my list to like check out. Obviously, I have to kind of go places to look at, Yeah. Oregon's nice. I like Oregon. I like California.
I like it here too. I really love it here.
I can't afford it.
California seems like a great place to live if you have a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
I went to a beach. I don't remember where. It was like in a pier, but not Santa Monica, just somewhere else. But we could take like boat tours or like little boat drives, and we did that. And we were going down canals, and like we were just passing by like mansion after mansion after mansion, just like on the coast.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, to be that disgustingly rich, I can't even imagine. Like,
yeah, I wish.
Some of those mansions were completely like there was no one there too. But I'm just like, that's someone's just summer home. Like when they want to chill for the summer, they just go there. And I'm like, that's like, I just feel like sick to my stomach when I think of that much money.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't know what to do with all of my money if I was that rich, but pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, like you reach a point, right? Like these multi-millionaires, they just reach a point where they're like, I'm making too much money in a day. I'm getting like overwhelmed. I don't want to look at it anymore, right? Like,
yeah, I was
at that point.
Yeah, I was talking to my friends about card games. Kind of related, non-related. Here we go. So I started getting into card games a little bit more than I used to, and I've been playing this new game called Flesh and Blood, and we were looking at card prices because I was like, oh, I can make money off of this game. It's a fresh game. I'll probably sell the cards like people do or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I was talking to my friends, and they said like people are buying. They're called cold foils, which is like the shiny cards.
Okay.
And they're buying these cards, specific cards, for like $300 plus or whatever. And I'm like, holy shit, right? Like, that's expensive as fuck. And I told my friends, like, I was like, if I fucking got cold foils in like booster boxes, they're like, boxes with a bunch of booster packs to unwrap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, if I pulled cold foils out, I'd just sell those immediately. I wouldn't play them. And then my friend's like, yeah, but you'd feel different once you actually pulled them, because then you'd want to play them. And I'm like, why would I want to do that? And he's like, because it's a flex. And I'm like, so I don't give a fuck. I want the money.
I want to flex the fucking money. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'd rather take the money. Like, I'll just buy the regular card version. I don't care about the fucking shininess. Like,
yeah.
I don't care. Right.
Yeah.
But it's just like that kind of stuff. It's like, my mentality is just not there for big money. Like, I don't care enough. I'm not very materialistic. I'm like, I try to be as low to the ground as possible. You know what I'm saying? Feng shui.
Yeah, I get you, bro. I get you.
You get me, dog?
I just want a lamp in my room.
I just want more space in my room. I can. I have like no space. I have a bed, my computers.
You got a big ass bed. That's the problem.
Man, it's a fucking queen size. This ain't big.
That's a big fucking bed, dude.
What the fuck? How is this a big bed?
Who are you sleeping with, bro? Just get a single.
I fucking have girls over sometimes, and then they sleep in my bed. What?
Okay, all right. Okay, so you have a bed for like the one time a year you do.
Oh my god. It still works, doesn't it?
I guess you're right, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise they'll be like, hey, why don't you sleep in my fucking Lightning McQueen race car bed? The single.
I think that would make them get naked faster.
You're saying they'd get the Nas tank?
Yeah.
Vroom, the boost.
As soon as you say it light, and then they're already naked. They're already in the bed.
Holy schmoly.
That's how you do it, dude.
Holy schmoly. Maybe I should get the single.
Yeah.
But I got the double. Oh, it's not a double, it's a queen size. Okay. All right, I'll agree. It's not small, but it's not the biggest size. I don't have a king size like my brother does and shit.
Your brother has a really big bed.
He has a big room. He has a bigger room than I do. Fucking asshole.
He has
dude.
A better closet too.
Yeah, better closet, a bigger room. He's a fucking spoiled little brat. Fuck that guy. But yeah, like I would just like to have a bigger room. Like the way my room is structured is I got my desk. I have to get an L-shaped desk, otherwise like it wouldn't wrap around my. I save more space by having an L-shaped. And my bed is on the right, my computer on the left, and I can only really swivel like maybe 180 degrees on my chair, and then I just have kind of like a narrow hallway out of my room and then into my room. And that's
Jesus.
I have a small room. I have nothing. I don't got shit here.
That's true. You do have a pretty small room. I do remember that.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck off. I just want a bigger room. That's all I want. I don't need anything else. If I were to have all that kind of cash, I would probably just travel the world and buy myself a Russian order bride and live my life.
One that's real agreeable,
She'll do anything I ask.
Rub mustard on your toes. Okay. That's it,
yeah, she has a deep voice. Her name's Olga.
Olga.
You want mustard or ketchup?
Oh, you're feeling saucy tonight, huh?
But yeah, the most expensive thing I own right now is my computer, I guess, and that's kind of it.
Okay, you just flexing?
Yeah, I'm just flexing right now. My $20,000 computer.
Your fucking military grade computer with 14 petabytes.
Yeah, I've been pegged down by the government like 60 times trying to get control of my computer.
They're like, bro, good? Please
let us have computer. No.
Please, We tried to download more RAM, but it didn't work.
Download moreram.com. Sponsored.
Dude, can you? I would love that to be our first sponsor.
Download more RAM.
Download moreram.com. Is that a thing? Here, let me look it up.
It is a thing.
I know, but like, can you just type in download more RAM?
Yes, you can. I'm pretty sure you can.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, see, it pops up and it goes, download more RAM here, and it's like super. It's like a super shitty site too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a joke. I think this.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it says there. This isn't a scam. There isn't a virus. It's just a joke website made in jest. Keep smiling.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Good.
Download downloads will begin shortly. That's really funny, actually.
Yeah. Dude, I want the 32 gig plan. Yeah, I could download 32 gigs of RAM. That's
okay.
Cool. I'll do it.
One cannot simply download too much RAM.
Is that like their t-shirts or something?
That's like their slogan, yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty funny.
People say if you're rich, you'd probably feel different, though, which I guess I could feel the same. I mean, I guess I could feel that way.
Money can change you for sure.
Yeah. But I would still kind of, I don't know if I would live as lavish as people would. Like, I don't need like a fucking mansion. Like, just give me my perfect life would be me living somewhere rural-ish, having enough money to not work, and having great internet, and that's it.
That's all you need.
Yeah, being able to travel. That's it. So I would just go out and travel. I come back home to my rural farmhouse thingy, and yeah, just play some fucking video games. Yeah.
Say hello to Olga real quick.
Yeah, say hello to Olga. She's taking care of our 3 children while I'm traveling.
Vladimir, Vlad, and Vladimir.
Yeah. And that's it. So that'd be like a really good thing for me. I would just use that money to live, to essentially retire, I guess. Wouldn't have to work. I tell my kids to go work though. Fuck them.
Fuck them. It builds character.
Go work. I would. Even if I had a lot of money, I'd be like, you guys know I have a lot of money, but I still want you to work so you can see how it's like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but even then though, like, it's hard to give a kid like that perspective. Like,
well, I mean, if you're raising them to be a piece of shit, they're gonna be a piece of shit.
No, it's inherently different though. Like, you're doing that try to you're doing that to try to teach them.
Oh yeah, really?
Yes, really, fucker.
Okay.
You're doing that to try to teach them something. Like, it builds character. Other people are like, bitch, I live paycheck to paycheck. Like, I can't fucking quit this job whenever I want. Well,
I mean, yeah, understandably, but like, what do you want me to do? Just not use the money? You're like, well, what?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. I get it, but
dude, Paul, I'm just trying to say, fuck your future kid.
Hey man, I'm with you there.
Come on.
You guys, good luck.
You're gonna be in the birthing room. Fuck you, baby. Fuck you.
So, but yeah, I don't know. If I had a lot of money and I could essentially retire, I would still make my kids work. Obviously, I'd be like, hey, I'd break it down for them. I'd be a realist. I would be a real guy. I'd be like, you know what? We're really well off. I'm not gonna tell them how much money we have. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tell them we're really well off at a point where I have already retired. Is what I'm gonna tell them. Okay. But you and your two brothers, your comrades, you have to still work because I want you to learn how it is, so you don't become a piece of shit.
Yeah,
like everyone else on TV.
And then they'll be like, Dad, we're trying to record TikToks.
Yeah, we're trying to record TikTok.
Get out the room.
Get out the room.
We have 7 million followers, Dad.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah. TikTok, you got to them.
Yeah.
Russian angels.
my Kroskoshka. I don't know what I said. But yes. So I would do that. I would build pick character, I guess.
Yeah. That's
But
fair.
not a lot of people do that. They just let their kids be fucking shitheads, and those shitheads become shitheads and expect everything of the world, and that's not what you want.
You want to know how I would avoid that?
How?
I'd
Kill 'em?
I wouldn't have any kids.
Just kill them.
Yeah, there you
But yeah, I don't know. That's just me.
Literally, the moment they get attitude, it's time to go in the lake.
You know, Spartans used to chuck like unwanted kids into the wilderness to be eaten by wolves.
Yeah, they used to just leave them out because they were sick.
If they were born with like anything wrong or whatever, they just throw them. Whoop.
And I know that like to become a soldier was pretty fucking rough too. Like they had to undergo like very severe training, and it's just like they wouldn't bother to like rescue people because it's just like, well, if they died, they weren't cut out for it anyway. I'm like, can't you just fire them? Like,
yeah.
Isn't letting them die a little extreme?
I don't know. Oh, you know something wild? You know the 300 movie?
Uh-huh.
Did you know that the entire movie is just a story that the new captain is telling to the squad to fight the Persians?
No, I didn't know that. He's just telling them a story to get them like motivated.
Yeah, it's just a story to get them pumped up. So that's why you see all this like fantastical shit in the fight, like the elephants with gold on them and all this shit. Like none of that happened. That's just like the captain pumping them up.
Probably just like exaggerated, yeah.
Yeah, it's like just an exaggerated story. Like all the oracle and all that shit. Like that's just a story.
Huh.
I had no idea. I was like, oh.
So on a similar topic, how many times have you seen the movie Jurassic Park? Like how many times do you think you've seen it?
Like the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
I want to say at least 3. At least.
Okay. So let me ask you a question then, Paul.
Okay.
Why are they on the island? Why are the two researchers on the island? Like what brings them there?
Researchers or the old man?
The old man owns the island, but the two researchers and the lawyer, why are they there?
I thought they were there to isn't the lawyer there to work out all the shit for the theme park, and then the researchers are there to create the dinosaurs?
See, that's the thing. Like I've always wondered, like, why the fuck are they there? Like it's not I've always thought that the first scene in the movie when he's like, shoot her, like that was just completely unrelated. Like it was like a cold open to the whole movie. But that's why they're there, is because the park is getting shut down because that guy got eaten. So the two researchers and the lawyer are there to give the okay on the park safety.
Oh.
They're there to inspect everything. I'm like, holy shit, I never realized that.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just something you don't ever like think about.
Yeah, that's funny. Did you know? Have you ever seen Cujo?
Cujo the dog movie? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What do you remember about it?
A dog goes crazy and starts killing people.
Yeah, but it happened pretty fast, right?
What do you mean by that? Like the dog snaps fast and
starts
killing?
Like, did you watch the movie? Like, do you think the progression was pretty quick? Like, oh, they go to the house.
He starts like 20 minutes in, doesn't he?
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I've read the Cujo book. Okay. And the book is like thick. It's like 300 pages or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's a lot of Cujo, right?
Okay.
And I was reading the book because I was like, I don't know, I forgot what it was for, but I was like, I'm gonna read the book. And I remember reading it, and less than like 10% of the book is about Cujo. I'm not kidding.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you want to know what the book is actually about?
What is it about?
The woman and the kid that are stuck with Cujo, their husband is at home trying to figure out why kids are shitting red from eating cereal. Yeah. He owns a cereal company. He owns a cereal company, and they used a dye that was causing kids to shit red. So he got sued. and they thought the kids are like sick or whatever, but no, it's just a dye that turns your poop red. And most of the book is just about that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe like an affair or two. And that's it.
Okay, so here, you ready?
Yeah.
Here's why. Stephen King was at the height of his alcoholism, and he barely remembers writing that book at all.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense because that book fucking sucked. Do not read the book. Fucking watch the movie. You'll be fine. Do not read the book. Holy shit.
Oh my god, that's fucking.
I think you can probably find it in the plot if I read it. Let's see. I'm looking through it.
Yep. Right here. Vic's advertising agency is failing due to a scandal over a cereal called Red Raspberry Zingers.
Yep. Oh. I'm not kidding.
That's
it's all about that. Maybe an affair or two, and then they get to Cujo like way later in the end.
And then a dog starts killing people.
Dude, you don't know how many times I was reading this book, and I'm like chapter after chapter. I'm like, where's the Cujo stuff? Like in the very beginning of the book. You read that the wife and kid go to this like farm place. I forgot why they go there, and then the dog gets bit by a bat and it develops rabies. Right. Mm-hmm. And then that's why Cujo's going fucking batshit crazy. But then everything else in between is about the fucking company and all that shit. And then after the company stuff is all settled, then they go back to the end with Cujo. And oh man, it's so bad. Don't read the book. Just don't do it.
Stephen King had like a streak of books where he just like, oh, I'm super on cocaine.
Dude, like, I get so annoyed by Stephen King fans. So dumb. Okay. Yeah, I know. Hear me out. Hold on. So people are very I guess what's the word? They kind of only want to hear what they want to hear, you know?
Okay.
So and this happens a lot with artists for whatever reason. It's the same thing with like anyone good looking, I guess. But I'm not saying Stephen King's a good looking guy because he looks like fucking Martha Stewart if she were a man. But but his books are great, and that's why people like him, right?
Yeah.
But anytime you mention the bad stuff about him, people just kind of push that under the rug, like, oh, we're not going to talk about that one and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And one in particular was like, you know, people out like pedophiles and all this stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
But there's always one scene that I always bring up to a Stephen King fan, and then they just don't talk about it. And
I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And it's the scene in the It book where the kids have an orgy. Like all the kids have an orgy in the town.
It's not an orgy, it's a gangbang.
Whatever. But they fucking have a gangbang. And I always question people. I'm like, isn't Stephen King the sick fuck that wrote the gangbang scene, you know, about kids? And they go, oh no, we won't talk about that. You know, like,
yeah.
Or they blame it on the drugs and all this shit. I'm like, what? Like, don't fucking blame it on the drugs. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, if he was thinking of shit like that on drugs, like that's not good either way. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, there's no defending that. Like,
yeah, people defend it, but that's like my problem with it. Like, people try to like push it back.
Weird. Like, why did you need to go into that much detail about this?
It's very fucking strange. I haven't read all his books, so I don't know if he's done anything else similar to that. But that's just always something that I'm like, dude, like Stephen King's a fucking weirdo, and people listen to this guy like he's like, I don't know.
Certainly, he's certainly out there. The car accident certainly knocked a screw loose.
Yeah, like I mean, I never do this with anything, but or with like actors or anything, but people tend to listen to actors political stances, and I don't think that's a healthy thing to do.
Well, like to base your opinion solely off of theirs.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get political in this podcast. I'm just saying, like, don't listen to actors when they're talking about politics, because they're just actors.
Just think for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, think for yourself. Don't listen to fucking actors or anyone popular you like or something like that. Think for yourself. That's all.
Sometimes someone plays being smart, but they're not actually smart.
Yeah. Or they do it the opposite. They play being dumb and they're really smart. Like I would say Casey Tron is really smart.
Oh yeah, we talked about that in an earlier episode.
We did. Yep.
I do think that she was the smartest person on Twitch for a while.
Oh yeah. All right. Before we go though, what's your favorite Stephen King book?
I've never read a single Stephen King book.
Really?
I don't read, Paul. I'm uneducated.
How about Stephen King movie?
Stephen King movie. Oh, dude, there's so many that are fucking garbage.
I like the It movies. The It movies are good.
Well, I guess I would say The Shining.
The Shining's good. The Shining's great.
The Shining.
You ever seen? What's this one? Hold on. It was The Mist is really good, but I'm talking about the one with the floating things.
Oh, the Langoliers.
Yeah, the Langoliers. That's a great one. We should just have a fucking Stephen King episode. We talk all day about those.
So
all right, guys.
What?
Yeah, yeah. We can talk about those later.
Yeah. If there's any lesson you want to take away from this podcast, is that Stephen King is a sex weirdo. And with that, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Crusty Couch. Thank you guys so much for listening. We didn't do an outro yesterday or last time because we wanted to give you guys that existential dread. So we'll do that this time. But thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. We're really enjoying making it. Feel free to share it with your friends, subscribe, all that good stuff to help us grow and get out there.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys later. I'm going to go pay my old boss a visit.
You're gonna shit on the
poop
floor.
On the walls.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, walls or floor?
If I had to choose a place to shit, it would be the floor. Walls is too much work.
Floor. Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.